What in the world? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Don't tell Amber. I'll be in big trouble. What's that? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. It was just I guess a solicitor. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What is it? I gotta hurry. She's gonna come outside. I gotta hurry and get this open. Nothing, babe. Nothing to see here, Amber. Don't worry about it. Out of sight, out of mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The new GoPros are here. The new GoPros are here. Shh, gotta keep it quiet. Gotta keep quiet. Whoo.
The new phone book's here! The new phone book's here! Nothing! Are you kidding? Page 73! Johnson! Maven! R! I'm somebody now! Millions of people look at this book every day! This is the kind of spontaneous publicity, your name in print, that makes people! I'm in print! Things are going to start happening to me now.
Okay, well, as you saw, I just got the new GoPro 8 and I'm super excited about it because I'm getting ready to go on my trip to Montana and it couldn't have come at a better time. I literally leave tomorrow and yeah, so I'm gonna open this up and get it ready. But what I'm really gonna do in this video is show you, since I had all my camera gear out, getting everything ready to go to Montana on my hunting and fishing trip. You can't go, bub. You can't go. I want you to go, but you can't go. I've got all my stuff laid out on the table, and when I first got into this, I didn't have a whole lot of camera equipment, and I might have a problem. I think I have a problem. I'll admit it. That's the first step, right? The first step is admitting there's a problem. And I think when you see my table, you'll probably agree, especially since I have like 4,500 subscribers at the time of making this. And when I bought this GoPro, was about 2 weeks ago. And at that time, I had maybe 2,000 subscribers. My channel has blown up in the last 15 days, and but it still does not even come close to justifying why I have the amount of camera stuff that I have. I just am a gear guy. I love gear. So whenever I get into something, I really get into something, and I think my table will probably show you why. So I'm going to unbox this GoPro 8, and I'm going to put it with everything else, and when you see me, you will start the eye roll and go, holy crap, this guy is out of control. And I admit that, okay? I have a problem. Let's take a look at the table. Okay, so here you go. This is me showing you the problem that I have. This is me admitting my problem. But before we dive into what each individual thing is, let's see what everybody else is doing today. Oh, looky. He's doing
man steaks, not those little girly things. And I don't have your apron on, son.
Uh-huh.
That little lacy thing you like wearing around.
You look nice in the kitchen. You ought to stay there. Are you barefoot too?
No.
Uh-oh. Look over here. We got Cousin Maddie. You guys haven't ever seen Cousin Maddie, but she's sleeping right now. And then we've got Marmy, who's passed out as well. Palmer, who's snoring. Burr, who's kind of sleeping, halfway sleeping. And then there's the YouTube sensation, Pippa. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
We were watching a little Netflix, being lazy on this Saturday. So let's dive into the table, because that's what you want to see, right? Okay, so I don't know, I've kind of got all of this sectioned off here. I guess we're going to start with probably my storage case. By the way, I got started into all of this inspired by WRANGLERSTAR. So I kind of mimicked his storage options and some other things, his camera selection, things like that. He has a whole video, I'll link in the description of this, and he just put it out probably last winter, of what he uses for his YouTube videos. And that's kind of how, before I got started, I watched that video, made a list, and just kind of went down and checked things off. Although I kind of built it up as I've gone. I didn't buy all of this at once, but I've kind of built it up since I'm such a big deal now on Facebook. On YouTube, I kind of have built it up since then. So let's get started with this. This is what houses most of this. It is, let me get it over here where you can maybe see it better in frame. I don't know what you can see. Let me pull my viewfinder out here just a second. Okay, so this is the Pelican Storm case, the IM2300, and it is a soft-sided case. I'm going to put it back over here. There's just too much stuff. It is a soft-sided case. I'll move the tripod where you can see it. I've kind of got it all sectioned off and categorized off. My drone goes here. My batteries go there. My main camera goes here. Backup camera goes here. GoPro stuff all goes in the back. So it all fits kind of relatively okay. But I definitely could stand to have a bigger one. I probably did not get big enough case, but when you're having to lug this thing around everywhere, and it stays in my truck for the most part, except for today, it's just a lot to handle. Inside of here, just some quick things. This is my card reader. This is how I plug stuff into the computer to edit. This is my card case. It's another Pelican product. I like it because it's hard. I can't really damage them, and it's got individual slots for all of my SD cards. And then this here is just one of this was my first ever, you can see I labeled it Blackberry Ridge, January 2019 to October. So I just filled this up this month, and now I've got a 4 terabyte, but I've got 10 months of video on that right there. Everything is stored there. Raw footage, actual edited footage, all of it stored right there. So the next thing we'll talk about, just kind of going through the list, is this. This is my DJI Mavic Air, I believe. Yep, Mavic Air drone. It comes with the controller. It's really easy to use. This thing folds out. Your phone goes here. It's got joysticks that screw in. And yeah, you can view what you're videoing on your phone the whole time you're doing it, which is really cool. This is going to Montana with me, and so is the case. I don't know how yet, but it's going. And then here is the drone itself. It's had some wrecks and some dings and some damages. It's been crashed a few times. It has guards for the blades, but I don't use it because that just makes it even more bulky than what we've already got here. And then we have, this is something WRANGLERSTAR hit on. We have 3 batteries for this. Extra batteries for all of this is essential, because it sucks, and it's happened so much to me being out filming something and the battery goes out and you don't have a backup option. The next thing we'll go to is, this is the first camera I started with. If you watch the first few videos on the channel, this is what it all was done with. Right here is just a point and shoot Nikon. I originally bought this for family pictures and stuff, family videos. I bought it because of the zoom capabilities. It'll go up to 42 times for hunting and things like that. Although I never used it, I wanted the option to. But now this is kind of like my B camera. The next thing I'll show you is the actual camera we're using now. Since we're using the camera, I'll show you the box. It's the Canon M50, and WRANGLERSTAR said this is a great camera. He uses a really expensive like Mark III camera for his main camera, and this is his backup camera. Well, I'm not WRANGLERSTAR yet. That was a little arrogant. I will probably never be WRANGLERSTAR, but this is what we started with. My dad actually bought me this camera, which was very nice, and it was on sale at the time, and yeah, it's been great ever since. It's small, it's compact, the picture's really clear. It's got their own kind of proprietary lens for motion and all that kind of stuff, motion control, and I love it. And it came with a 15 to 45 zoom lens, which is perfect for vlogging. However, for my real estate stuff, for my building company, for shooting videos of houses and interviews and things like that, I bought an extra wide lens camera, and this camera is 11 to 22 millimeter, and it does a really nice wide angle lens. Then we've got backup battery for that, and we got a few other accessories we'll get to accessories here in a little bit. Let's stick with cameras. Next, you have probably never seen a video with this one yet, but as I get ready to hunt, you'll see many videos with this. It's really small, really compact, straight up video recorder, but this one zooms up to 50 times. Sorry, that was upside down. And this one is a Panasonic HC V500. I think I just bought this on Amazon. It's got a nice little viewfinder. It's got a way to hook it up to the tripod right here, and or the tree arm or whatever, and it's just really small, really nice. It's got a great picture too. Next would be let's clear some of this out of the way. Next would be let's just go with the GoPros. So this is the first GoPro I ever bought. This is the GoPro Hero. I bought this to do real estate once again before I ever started YouTubing. I was able to walk through projects with this mounted on my hat or mounted on my hard hat and do kind of video project walkthroughs, which was kind of cool. With 360 cameras and all that stuff nowadays, which we're purchasing for our business stuff, that's kind of obsolete. The next thing I bought this year was the GoPro 7, and this little thing has been awesome. I've shot a lot of video with this. Anytime you see me like in the tractor moving or in a vehicle or footage where I'm being active, it's probably shot on this, mounted to me somehow, either on my head attachment here. We have gun attachments, which you're going to see when we go to Montana. All of these GoPros are going with us to Montana. This is a fold-out tripod, kind of selfie stick thing. There's a tripod inside of here. This is really compact and a good way to shoot video kind of indiscreetly and on the go. And then I'm so excited to open that up. That's the new GoPro Hero 8, and it's got the black, and it's going to have attachments you can put on there, external microphones, flashes, all kinds of extra viewfinder, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm excited to break this open this evening, get it charged up, and get it ready for the trip. And then you've got batteries for this. I've got one battery in there now. I've got 4 batteries for the GoPros, and then it's got this cool dual battery charger. So that makes it really good, because the battery life on these is not great. Maybe an hour's worth of battery for these little GoPros. So for Montana, being in the field all day long, I'm definitely going to need all the batteries I can get, and they're probably going to have to be charged every single night. That's it for cameras. I guess we can get to accessories, and the next best thing for accessories is probably audio. That's number 2. Probably picture quality is number 1 in your YouTube videos. Definitely audio quality is number 2, and you can tell when I first started, my audio quality was horrible. I was just shooting on that Nikon, and that Nikon doesn't have any external microphone ports. so it was really rough. But now this is probably what you see me. This is a Rode video mic. This is what you see me shoot almost 100% of my videos with. It has this dead cat on it, which pretty much stays on it because we live in Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plane and it never stops sweeping down the plane. So I've got this as my main one. This one sits on my Canon pretty much all the time. The next thing we've got is this little bitty guy right here. This can go into your cell phone, can go into any other actual camera with a microphone port. It's just kind of self-powered. There is no battery for this, where this one takes a 9-volt battery. This one is powered off the camera. To be honest, I don't use this much. I don't think it's very good, but it is what it is. And then the next best thing, which I'm using for the first time ever, which my dad will love because he actually bought this for me too, is the Rode Filmmaker Kit. So right now I have on the lapel, which you see right here, which is not fastened very well. And then the transmitter is on the camera, and I'll take a picture of that and insert it here while I'm talking right now. You probably see it. So I hope the sound quality on this video is good, because like I said, I've never used it before. This is the very first video. I want to use this a lot more for like how-to videos where I'm sitting still, kind of like right here, where you don't need to hear everything else around me. You just need to hear me talking. And when I've watched other people's videos that are using lapel mics like this, the audio quality is fantastic. So I'm glad I've got this. I just need to use it more, and we probably will now that we're starting right now. Let's see here. I guess let's get into accessories. The first accessory that gets used more than any other accessory out there is this little Joby kind of stand. I don't really know that I saw this on WRANGLERSTAR. I think the person I saw use this the most was Daniel Arms. I think he constantly uses one of these. You just kind of hold it out here so you're able to vlog, and the camera just sits. This piece comes off, attaches to your camera. Maybe it comes off. Get it off. Oh no, that's the receiver piece. The actual piece is somewhere on the table. Sorry, I don't know where that's at. I may have lost it during all this. So, but anyways, it slides into that receiver and locks in place, and you're able to take it everywhere. Let's see here. Next pretty cool accessory for the Canon, or really any camera, but I use it on the Canon, is this right here. This is an expensive thing, and I use it for my real estate stuff, my business. But this is a gimbal. This is the Ronin SC, and it's got motors inside of here that allow the video footage. I'll do this for walkthroughs of houses. When you want a real cinematic look, you use this right here. It's super smooth. Transitions are awesome. You don't ever get any blurry because the camera doesn't move fast enough, and it stays real steady as you're walking, so you're not bouncing. This right here is awesome. If it wasn't such an absolute pain and nightmare, I would use it on my daily vlogs. If I had nothing to do but vlog and not work and get things done, this would get used every single time. This thing is amazing. It's the smaller, compact version of the Ronin. This being the Ronin SC, and it's really, really, really cool. I think this just came out not too long ago. The next thing that I would always use when filming, and you've seen some films on it. In fact, I did one today with this piece of, my lapel's falling all over the place. Sorry, it's the first time I've ever used it, and I'm probably not using it very well. Is this right here. This is my iPhone. iPhone 10. I used probably whenever I first started the barn stuff, I used this a lot, and that's originally what I bought this smaller deal for. Is I have kind of some different mounts and things like that to put this on. The first most used accessory for this camera would be this right here. This is a gimbal, the DJI Osmo Mobile. You just put your camera in here, and once again, it has a motor here, and motor down here. All the same principles with that big gimbal for the Canon M50, the DJI Ronin SC, but with this Osmo, it just allows you to have that same package with the phone. The phone camera is actually really, really, really good. The biggest obstacle with the phone camera is the audio. The audio is not great, especially in the wind. There's no way to block the wind on that, and that's the biggest downfall of that. You can overcome that with something like this. However, when you do that, you lose this ability to use this with that. And when you do that, this doesn't have the motion stabilization that the Canon does. And so then the video quality becomes jumpy because this doesn't have the stabilization feature in it. So it's just kind of been a learning experience with all this stuff. And that's definitely one of the things that goes. Another accessory would be this suction cup. I mainly use this for the GoPros. I think it could be used for the Canon or whatever else if you just get a RAM mount or whatever those things are called. But I like to stick this onto the windshield of the Ranger or the tractor. You've seen those videos quite a bit where this thing just sticks on and you turn this dial right here and it suctions to the windshield. Let's see. Then you've got the downfall. Well, let's go. This box right here. I'm probably not going to pull everything out of here, but this is a little crazy. When you buy stuff, camera stuff online, like for instance that and the GoPros and other cameras, the DJI Ronin SCs, all those things, when you buy them online, they are controlled by dealer pricing, but they give you incentives by buying kits. And so that box right there is full of lenses and filters and cleaning supplies and the extra dividers to the storm case. And there's just a whole box full of, I'll give you an example. Right here, these are just close-up lenses. These are shaded lenses. You've got fisheye lenses, telephoto lenses, all kinds of, that whole box is just full of stuff that I'm not really skilled enough to use, but I'm sure has its place, and as I get more used to this stuff, I'll probably use it more often. Here's the receiver piece. Amber just brought it to me, by the way. It just clicks in there like that. So I guess second to last, a good cleaning kit. This has, Q-tips, lens cleaner, all kinds of stuff. That's essential. I find myself getting this Canon M50. I'll take a picture of it maybe. I will, or you've seen it already with the audio, but just like whenever I was doing that waterline video and set the camera down to show you guys working and stuff, it gets filthy. It's covered in dirt and mud and all kinds of stuff. I guess that's just part of it. You got to be willing to get stuff dirty if you're gonna do this homestead vlogging. So lastly, this is the worst part that I've got to try to figure out about all of this, and that is keeping all of this stuff running. And by that I mean there is all of this. This isn't even all of it. This is most of it, but not all of it. All of these cords go to something individually. The charging of batteries of all of this is exhausting, but it's something that has to be done, and you got to keep up with it, or you're going to be out in the field and there you go. So then you've got, I've probably got 3 of these cases that you get when buying stuff, and then here's the bag for the tripod that the Canon is sitting on now. Just a cheap Amazon tripod. I really didn't see the need in buying real expensive stuff when it comes to that. So anyways, I just wanted to do this video. I'm packing for Montana, getting ready to go on the trip. I'm for sure taking all the GoPro stuff. I'm for sure taking the Canon, and I'm for sure taking the the drone, because there's just going to be some awesome footage up there. Then I've got to try to decide what else I could possibly use and need, and then try to put it all in my luggage. So I got quite a chore ahead of me putting all this back up together and packing for the trip. So I'm going to end it right here, short and sweet. Well, I don't think that was short and sweet, but it was sweet, right? So that's it for us. You shush. That's it for us on what we use to make our vlogs. There you go. And I hope some of this was informative, and you got to see kind of the behind the scenes of what I use to get stuff done. And I want to thank WRANGLERSTAR for putting out his video to get me started on all this, and maybe this will help somebody else with getting started with all their stuff too. So until Montana, when I see you on a real ridge, we'll see you next time up on the ridge.